This is my review on the GK61X from Lube. Taking a look at inside of the box, it's pretty straightforward. You open it up, you got a little manual showing you your different controls and all the different commands you can do to it. Then you have the case, PCB, and plate itself. Looking inside of the box at all the accessories, you have a USB Type-C braided cable, which is really nice that they included that for a $70. You have a dual spacebar adapter and a switch puller. Looking at the GK61X, I tried to plug it in, but I realized that the Type-C connector was completely broken off. Now, I heard it rattling around inside of the case. I don't know if that's just a problem with mine or anyone else's. The switches I were using are milky yellows from Upgrade Keyboards. I got 70 of them for $30. Taking a look at them, they are really nice. They're pretty smooth, but I am going to be lubing them to make them even smoother. They're a 5-pin switch with a milky housing. 4 main parts to a switch is the top housing. Next you have the stem. Next you have the spring, which you can customize whether you want a heavier switch or a lighter switch. The bottom housing, which houses everything else. To lube my switches, I use Krytox 205 grade 0. Now the first thing you want to do is have a fine brush. You want to take a little bit of lube on your brush, apply it evenly on all sides of the bottom housing of the switch. I normally get inside of that little hole there and around the hole just to make sure the bottom out sound is pretty nice. Next I lube the top housing. I use a little bit more lube on the top housing than I should have, but it is what it is. I can't really go back and change it. Get all 4 sides, make sure it's evenly coated onto there. Next, while you're lubing the stem, you will most likely want to get a tool for this, but I just use my hands. You lube all 4 sides, but make sure you don't touch the contact points, which are those little pointy things on the side of the switch. Now, if you do touch those, it could cause connectivity problems, but it's really up to how much lube you use. And remember, less is more in this application. Next up is assembling the switch. You take the bottom housing and then put the spring on. After you have the spring on, you're going to want to take your stem and put that onto the switch. And then finally, to top it all off, you put the top housing onto the switch. Here's the difference between a lubed and non-lubed switch. The last thing we have to do is put on the keycaps. Now I ordered some cheap keycaps off of Amazon. They were like 50 bucks, and they're double shot PBT keycaps in an SA profile. They're pretty thick and they look pretty good. This keyboard has great rubber feet, and the incline is perfect just for my typing. The board didn't give me any, like the PCB didn't flex too much. The aluminum alloy plate was pretty good, and overall the build quality was decent. It's just the Type-C connector that gave me problems. So this is Groomie with his review on the GK61X with milky yellow switches from Upgrade Keyboards.